Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
Yeah, baby. Getting there to the weekend. It is Thursday on the KVJ After the Show podcast.
Oh, yeah. Kevin.
What's up, everybody?
I'm running out of new shit to do.
Okay, so I got to give you a cake update, Kevin.
A cake update. Oh, yeah.
No,
so
I haven't eaten
He
it.
hasn't.
I was going to say, it looks fine, yeah.
I took one bite of it because I just wanted to see how good it was.
Yeah.
Jaybird has not taken a single bite of it, yet he's got cake all over him because he put his headphones and his computer
everywhere.
cord in the cake by accident.
Everywhere.
And it is, yeah.
There's cake in your beard.
There is oddly
Look
enough
at Kevin.
cake in his beard. Yeah. You would know he
mean,
hadn't been eating it.
I swear I've been watching
Yeah.
him.
It's amazing.
He
He
did
has
not-
cake in his beard and he hasn't eaten
He
it.
didn't eat any of the cake, but he's look at his headphones. Show Kevin.
He has cake
You know
all
what
over his
happened?
headphones, his beard.
No, what happened was my headphones, I'm so close to everything, and there's so many fucking wires everywhere.
You know what
I
happened?
think they're all your wires.
Well, they are my wires. I'll own that. I will own that.
Well, he's complaining. Like, there's so many fucking wires everywhere.
I'm not happy about it.
They're all your wires.
Well, what's going on here is the cake, just like you're drawn to the cake is drawn to you.
You're right.
It is trying to get on
Soulmates.
you. Get in you.
I
get
look-
near you.
I looked over there, and the cords were kind of
Yeah.
leaning in the cake. So
I
told
love
you-
this. Somebody sent in this photo with the caption. It said "True Love." It's a still shot of Jaybird
Jaybird
from the
looking
regular
at the
show,
cake.
just dreamily looking at this carrot cake we'd had for a bit on the regular show today. Trying to see if Suits could light it, and just look at that. I mean, that is a man in
Oh,
love
that
right
shit
there.
is funny, man.
He's just so locked into it. True love.
We were looking for
unreal.
beer a second ago. We don't have any beer in the KVJ fridge.
Oh, what the hell?
This is a true
What the
travesty.
hell?
What are we doing?
What
I mean,
are we doing?
We're not doing it right.
Not prepping for this show properly.
We just kind of had the vibe. It kind of almost feels like a weekend, sort of. You know, Thanksgiving's coming up. You know, people are taking vacation.
Yeah,
It's kind of
yeah.
got that feel to it.
Oh, without a doubt, tomorrow's like a tear loose kind of day.
All we've got between us is one airplane bottle of vodka, and that's not going to get us anywhere.
That's not true. I just
No.
found a whole bottle of Grey Goose vodka in our little KVJ office.
And tequila,
did?
yeah. We got
And
vodka and
tequila.
tequila.
Remember,
yeah.
Efron got that
Efron,
for
yeah.
us? Yeah.
It's still just chilling. Yeah, I'm just, well, not chilling, but it's just hanging out there, yeah.
I can't believe us booze hounds haven't got in that thing.
I know. I usually don't like to start with vodka.
I know.
That's usually the bad decision I make at the end of the night. I usually start with beer, right? I mean, breakfast beer.
I don't know. One
Breakfast beer.
I got some ginger ale, a little,
I don't do shots before noon,
Well,
usually.
a little ginger and vodka.
Kevin, you were talking about life rules you live by. And
Yeah.
you know I like to drink all day at Mardi
Yeah.
Gras. But my rule is if you're going to drink all day, you have to drink beer. You cannot start mixing in cocktails or shots.
No, it throws everything off, yeah.
Throws everything off. That's
Yeah.
when you fall apart. That's when you get into a fight with your cousin, Callie, on Mardi Gras night.
I remember.
That happened.
I remember back going to Key West, and there was this one girl. She right off the bat, she goes, "Nope, everyone's on beer restriction until the nighttime. Only beer in the daytime." I'm like, "You ain't my girlfriend. What the fuck is this shit?"
Right.
No, it's a personal thing. Everybody has to make their own
No,
decision. You can't tell everyone else they can only have beer.
She did. She goes, "No. We're not doing shots. We're not doing hard liquor. We're only doing beer until the nighttime."
All right, that bitch makes me want to do a shot.
You know what? I followed the rules. Didn't want to cause drama.
Ugh. No, you make your own rules. My personal rule for myself is just beer all day because
Yeah.
I know that I fall apart.
It's usually a good rule. And, on top of that, though, that I know, because that's pretty much my game is the beer, pay attention to the alcohol content because not all beers are created alike. And
That's a great point.
Yeah, craft beer dorks, they have what they call a crushable beer, and that just kind of like means, hey, no, if you're going to be drinking beer and even doing it all day, stick with this beer. This is a beer that you could have all day long and you're not going to be a mess.
4% or under.
Yeah, it's like
Once
4 or
you
5.
dance with
yeah.
like the 6, 7, 8.
Yeah.
I will say because I
Yeah, a lot of
usually
the IPAs
trouble.
are 6 to 8%, 9 sometimes.
my lighter beer that I drink now is 6%. So when I do actually drink something below that, this shit is like Kool-Aid. That's what it feels like.
Yeah,
And
you're
it,
right.
It goes down really quick.
You're
too.
right. Well, like a lot of your Bud Lights, and if to me, if I'm like out all day, like I'll a lot of times dip into a Corona. Like a Corona, I feel like I could drink an entire keg and be like, I'm fine.
I like Corona. I think
And it's a
Corona's a
great
good beer.
Yeah,
Actually,
I don't
It's a good
hate
beer.
Corona. I don't hate it.
It's
light.
It's light. It tastes great, and yeah, I don't think I've ever been a mess on Corona. Like I've always been.
I have. But I mean, I'm a mess. I mean, I haven't drank today. I'm a mess.
He's covered in cream cheese
Yeah,
frosting.
I've even eaten the fucking
didn't even
cake, and I'm covered in
touch
cake.
A bite of it.
Oh, when I'd ride the bench back in baseball, I'd come home because my parents wouldn't go because I wasn't playing. So I'd come home all dirty. They go, "You played today? You got in the game?" I go, "No, I rode the bench." Like, why the hell are you dirty? I don't know. I would be filthy. I wouldn't even play.
Young Jaybird, just the same.
I haven't changed.
Yeah.
Don't change.
Candace sent an email. She was proud of your self-control that you made today.
Still making it.
She was unimpressed with the bet that Virginia and I made, putting the over-under on. It would take 30 minutes at least for you to eat that cake. She said, dick move, you two. You guys both know how hard it is to stay on top of your diet, especially when you're feeling down yourself and how you look. I think you should both have to eat a whole carrot cake as punishment. Okay.
Oh, what a punishment that would be.
Yeah.
Did you guys say that when I wasn't in the room?
No, we never said it on the radio till
Okay,
after.
got ya.
When we told you is when we told everybody.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's so much shady shit going on. I don't know what's real anymore.
We did spin you around. I apologize.
Virginia acting like she's my friend.
Yeah.
It's just for the bit, baby. Don't be mad.
Lucas. Oh, wait. Talking about food here real quick. I just want to see if this would intrigue you. Have you heard about Pizza Hut's new Ultimate Cheesy Crust Pizza?
Haven't they done this before?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Cheese in the middle?
It looked different. It looked like it's more they're trying to pool the cheese and they're putting in different types of cheese. So it's almost kind of like they worked the crust. So it's almost kind of like a cup of cheese. And it says now it's a large one-topping pizza that's filled to the brim with a delicious 5-cheese blend of mozzarella provolone, fontina, white cheddar, and Asiago.
Ooh, I'm a big fan of that fontina.
Yeah, and so they work them all together. It almost looked like the crust kind of like came up in these like almost like spoons of cheese. So it was kind of like that, and then the pizza. It was interesting how they'd work the crust. It's almost like you took your finger and you pushed it up in. So it's like you had kind of like arches is the crust going around, and each arch was its own little pool of five cheeses.
Yeah, they've done stuff like that before. I mean,
Yeah.
it's been done.
I would like to see it, though, just to drink it in a little bit.
I'll pull it up.
For a limited time, they're going to be offering the ultimate cheesy crust pizza.
How awesome does that sound? Pools of cheese. What if they had a whole swimming pool and it was just cheese?
It's great if you're the only person that gets in it. It becomes gross as soon as someone else jumps in.
I don't know. I think it starts to become gross even if I'm in there for like 10 minutes and I'm just kind of flapping around. I don't know if I want my body juices in there.
It's just you.
I know it is just me, and you're right. Anyone else coming in?
You're going to shed, though. Now it's going to be hairy cheese.
Oh, I got a beard going. There's no way there's not going to be hair in that thing.
Oh, yeah.
Never mind. We don't want the cheese pool.
How's your beard doing? You doing? Because there's
My
struggles.
beard's insane. My beard's insane. It's the longest I've ever had. I've never just let it go. I always, like I've said before, about 3 days, I have a guard to trim it up. And I don't like having the hairs sticking straight out. And I've got hairs sticking straight out of my cheeks, and it's all over the place. See, I keep it so trimmed that they don't get to get unruly. And
You
it's
know what,
just
though? It looks
unruly.
Clean.
It actually
You're
looks pretty
normally
good,
real
though.
clean with it.
Yes, very clean with it.
I don't think you're growing a disgusting bushy beard. I think it looks really good on
To
you.
you, it probably feels like this thing is out of control.
It does, yeah. No.
But it's not.
And when I
not.
look at it, but it is different. It's interesting because it's a lot darker in how it's filling in. So it's it's kind of good to take a little bit of a ride and try it a little bit differently. Like today, I just so happened to be looking at photos of that Jason Momoa dude. He's the guy that plays Aquaman, the new Justice League, the one that's married to Lisa Bonet. And there's a photo of him, and I'm like, I'm so jealous of that look. Like, I love. I mean, way past my prime, never gonna have. But to me, that'd be kind of a cool look to ride. He's got, if you haven't seen him, he's got long hair. He's got the beard that's like long, and he's not necessarily like he's not a pretty boy at all. He is like a rugged.
But he's
tough.
good. He's a good look. He's got a striking look about
He
him.
does, and he's jacked. He's got a great body, and he's got those kind of like dark tattoos that kind of like really cover a very amazing design on his body. I'm like, that'd be pretty badass just to be that dude and to walk around like that.
He's not that much younger than you, believe it or not.
I'm looking at a picture of him. Yeah, he is exotic.
Yeah.
He got an exotic look about him. He's not that much. I got to find out his date of birth, but you're not. You're
Okay.
He's got a big scar in his eyebrow. Yeah.
Just if you ever want a rugged man to just take control,
What's his
ladies.
name?
Jason Momoa, I believe.
Momoa.
Yeah.
He's Hawaiian.
Is that what it is? Yeah.
That's what it's saying here.
I'm
He's-
very jealous. Being a white boy like myself, I'm very jealous. I love unique, ethnic type, at least ethnic to me looking.
He's 38. So
Okay,
he's not
no.
like a young.
No, you're right. It's not that huge a difference. Yeah, he's just doing it a lot better than I am.
I don't know, man. I think you look real good.
He's hooking up with Lisa Bonet. That can't suck.
And she's 50.
Yeah, 12-year difference. Yeah, I didn't. That is interesting that he's that much older because, typically these guys are going to be stars in their late 20s, or early 30s. So.
Well, you got some love on Game of Thrones. He was do you remember him being
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was the Dothraki.
He wasn't very nice on Game of Thrones, Virginia. But then he kind
I
of.
think he was misunderstood.
Well, I don't know.
Well, he's acting, right? It's not really him.
His character. In the beginning, he was a dick.
He's the kind
Yeah,
of guy.
that's right, yeah.
He can go from super clean cut. Look, that's him, super clean cut.
Oh, no way. Okay. Wow.
To
He's a good-looking dude then.
Yeah, he's a
full
good-looking
on
guy.
dreads.
Yeah, see,
I
that's...
mean, he can go like super clean cut to just.
I love that.
Wow.
Isn't that awesome to have that diversity?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
He's right now, he's my man crush. I
can tell. You keep bringing him up.
I do.
Look at his body.
Yeah. Oh, wait. So those tattoos are not real.
This
I
might be
saw
old.
that photo.
This might be an old picture.
Because the one I saw today, he got like the long hair, looking like a Rob Zombie with the
he's in it.
beard, and then he's got like these exotic tattoos, and I'm like, and the guy's jacked, and I'm like,
He's full Aquaman
that's
right now.
pretty awesome.
This one?
No. Similar. I mean, to find the exact photo I saw would probably be crazy.
And then Kevin doesn't feel like getting a boner.
Yeah. He's so embarrassing. Yeah. But yeah, he's my man crush right now. If you don't know, ladies, or if that's your style of dude, check him out.
He was on Baywatch. So they're putting side
Was he
by side.
really?
Look at the transformation from Baywatch to Aquaman.
Oh wow! So those tattoos are fake. Because
I don't know, I
Baywatch,
guess
he wouldn't
so.
have had all that ink.
No. Or they could have covered up some ink. But
I don't know that you can go to that level.
very, very interesting, this cat. I'm glad you turned us on to him.
Yeah, no, definitely take a
Come on, I've known about this guy forever.
peek on that dude. Yeah, I honestly, and like right now, it's the longer hair, beard look that. But yeah, I see the clean cut. But yeah, to me, I'm like, go longer hair and the beard.
I think this is what he looks like with just that one arm tat. He's like got it kind of on his like forearm.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he
all
does.
right.
I'm looking at pictures now.
Yeah, I'm looking at some of the other ones, and he doesn't have those. They must have they've added those for the Aquaman role.
He is
But-
an interesting looking cat.
Yeah, that's Aquaman stuff.
Oh,
but
he's
that's
got
impressive.
his peen pierced.
What?
No, the Prince Albert, is that what they call that?
He does. I just want to see how excited Kevin got. And I got my answer.
I just
Kevin's
can't
like-
believe I can't believe anybody would have
I'm
that.
with you.
Picture?
I don't get how any dude would want to put that in his penis. That would be so painful.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Maybe someone can explain it to me. Oh, it feels really great for her. Yeah, but what about you, dude? What about that rod in your peen?
Right.
The rod in your rod.
Rod in your rod.
Mm-hmm. Let me see here. Since I'm over here just gushing about Jason Momoa, Lucas sent an email about our discussion today with the interview that had Leslie Mann in it.
Oh, yes, very
Dakota
controversial.
Johnson, yes, where there was this hot dude that was interviewing them, and they were kind of like, undressing him and making him unbutton his shirt and that kind of stuff. And, just the question of if you flipped the script on this and you had two dudes that were actors and there was a female that was interviewing them, what would people's reaction be? Lucas says about the whole story with Leslie Mann and the reporter, I think it is comparing apples and oranges. Men have no right to demand equal standards from women simply because women carry that interview situation with them everywhere they go. For example, as soon as Leslie Mann or any other woman goes outside, they get preyed upon by the vast majority of men everywhere they go. Construction sites, grocery stores, shopping malls, work. Men don't even hide the fact that they're staring at a woman's boob or butts. sometimes even making a stupid comment. They have to carry that harassment on a daily basis. Men don't. We have to start by having men learn to stop behaving like animals and respect women everywhere. Then we can start talking about having the same standards when an isolated video of a female actress hitting on a male reporter surfaces.
Preach on, my brother.
Yeah.
It's not the same for you. It's not the same for me.
I disagree.
I disagree with that email like 110%, but you know what, Kev? I'm just too tired to be opinionated.
No one's going to be mad at you for being wrong. They'll still like you. You're Jay-Bird on the radio.
It's not about being wrong, and I think a lot of this, too, has to... You know what? Shut the fuck up, Jason. I can't.
I'm not going to argue a bit, Virginia. And then, furthermore...
I'd like to say how wrong you are.
That's the Italian in me. We got to debate everything, Kev. And I can say that because I'm half Italian.
We think. We haven't
You're
had the
right,
genealogy
I
done.
like to debate the fact that you're half Italian.
That could be a lie, too. You're right. I could be Russian. I don't know.
Yeah. Let me see this email from Lauren about yesterday. The hot topic that we had yesterday on the show was about service animals. And some people were putting us on blast, and Virginia saying, hey, you know what?
She doubled down, Kev.
Yeah. Said, hey, what makes your anxiety issues any more important than my allergies when we're on a plane and you're flying with this not necessarily necessary, animal?
I bought a ticket. You bought a ticket. Guess who didn't buy the ticket? Your service cat.
All right. We get it. You don't fucking like service animals. I can't.
I don't like them next to me on an airplane. Now, if you've got one and you're out in public and I don't have to sit next to you on a plane, I got no problem with your service animal.
Lauren said here with Virginia's thing yesterday, and then one woman putting Virginia on blast on the ATS, said, I absolutely disagree with the woman who emailed in saying she turned off the show because of Virginia's comments. It's amazing to me that people are so sensitive nowadays and everyone's feelings have to be acknowledged, respected, and validated all the time. I'm sorry, but that's not how the world works. In life, your feelings are going to get hurt by people you care about. However, it doesn't mean you stop associating with them. You can respectfully disagree with someone and still be their friend. I've been a veterinarian technician for 17 years, and I can't tell you how many people try to get fake therapy animal certificates for their personal pets.
Oh, so she sees it.
She's in it, baby.
She is way in it.
Your personal pet is not a service animal just because you love them and they make you feel better. Everyone's pets make them feel better. That's why animals are so amazing. It doesn't mean that the rules don't apply to you or that you get special treatment. Just like Virginia said, what makes your anxiety better or more important than her allergies? Why do your feelings and opinions matter more? Because you got upset? Well, in that case, suck it up. If you have a medical issue that requires something like a service/therapy animal, then go get a service animal. You don't get to make your pet one just because a service animal is trained to be in large crowds, stores, public places with lots of excitement, etc., without being disruptive. For a regular pet, that can actually be a very stressful situation that you're putting them in.
She's right.
If you really look up to the KVJ show members as idols like I do, then love them for speaking their minds and being honest. Love them for who they are. Love them because they challenge your feelings to help you gain perspective. Just like you're entitled to your opinion, so are they. You don't get to be better because your feelings got hurt. And to the KVJ show, never change. You're the best and are loved by so many. Keep up the great work. And while there are times I don't always agree with you guys, I always appreciate the insight you provide. And who knows, hearing another side of a topic might just open your mind a little more, in my opinion.
I mean, I'm not going to lie, because I love when Virginia gets it. That's a great email.
Yeah.
That's that type of vibe of an email. That's what I'm looking for in a marriage, that loyalty.
Is that girl single?
Was that? I don't even know if that's a girl or a guy. Whoever
Lauren.
wrote that, I say
Lauren.
thank
Some
you.
dude named Lauren.
No, thank you for those comments because I love that perspective. We are all going to say shit you don't like or agree with. It may even make you angry.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean you cast somebody away and say, go fuck yourself, never again. No, you know, I never want to be a part of it. I love that perspective.
Yeah.
Well, I think if we don't piss you off every now and then, we're probably not doing our job.
Well, of course.
Got to shake things up a little bit.
Too damn safe, and if it doesn't ruffle your feathers every now and then yeah.
The thing I love about that email is she's right. You're going to go out into the world and people are going to, without a doubt, hurt your feelings. Your feelings are going to get hurt. That's a lot. That is life, baby. Not everything you're going to say or do is going to be loved.
I told you
or
yesterday. We're soft.
I agreed.
We are soft.
I agreed with your stance. I didn't like how you said your stance, and I still stand by that. And if you don't like it, I don't give a fuck. But I did agree with you. I've got major anxiety issues, and I know. And I even had a doctor say, would you want to get a pet for emotional needs? And I said no. And the reason why is I would not want to have my shit affect other people. And that's all I'm saying. Mm-hmm. And I get it. People need it. They should use it. But just know that everyone's going to love it.
No, especially not on an airplane. Every place else, I'm pretty much okay with it. The mall, I see them out, restaurants even, whatever. That's fine.
Some people are sending in emails, too, that I didn't get in here that said they've seen a deluge of animals in, like, Publix. And
I saw that.
She was at the deli counter at a Publix, and there was somebody there with a dog, and the dog didn't seem service animal-like.
It was a fluffy poodle.
Yeah, and it's and not even just the type, but it's like...
Not to judge, but...
It's sniffing off all over the food, and it's behaving like a domesticated dog like you would have. Like, it didn't seem like it had...
The training.
And it's just like a dog is just in Publix.
You can't do that.
She went up to the counter to the woman. She's like, do you really think that was a service animal? There's no vest on, anything like that. And she's like, we're not even allowed to ask. So
really?
Yeah. She said, we just stay out of it. So she said, yeah, people are abusing the privilege in society now more than ever. And places where dogs are not supposed to, because no one, again, wants to hurt anyone's feelings. We're all so damn sensitive. We're scared because people will flip the fuck out if you ever question anything about it. And meanwhile, you think... To me, if you're legitimate, you should be like going, yeah. It's kind of like, to me, it's like if I were walking backstage at a concert. Even people, the lead singer of the band has to wear that laminate. They don't flip the fuck out on security when security's like, hey, I need to see your laminate. They're going, well, I'm the fucking lead singer. Fuck you guys. No, I mean, they show it to them. It'd be the same thing because legitimately I belong here. If you legitimately have a service animal and you have the papers and have a laminate, and if somebody asks you, be like, yeah, here's my certification. And it's a standard certification everybody can easily identify and recognize.
I know I sound like a broken record, but that literally was when I did that owl stunt when I walked in the library. I said, I've got emotional issues. I have a doctor's note. Oh, I'm so sorry. She backed the fuck off.
Because people are afraid.
We should, re-release that video.
Well, we should.
Let's put that on our...
Just to show you how ridiculous it is that, seriously, the librarian backed up from Jason and his, I don't know, 4-foot wingspan owl.
It was a big owl.
It was a big owl.
And it wasn't mistreated. I don't want people to think we had the owner there. Yeah. It was a very peaceful owl, but just the mere sight of the owl, like, holy shit, there's a fucking owl on that guy's shoulder.
We should not have an owl in the library. We cannot let it come to that.
Unless it is FAU's library.
Who? Fighting owls, baby. Yeah. Yeah, it's just one of those things, it seems like, and things happen in society where, you expand it and it reaches a tipping point. And I think the service animal thing, it's like a regulatory board, whoever does this, needs to probably look at it again and say, okay, let's legitimately look, because of the stories we heard of people who couldn't care, and they were out there just saying, yes, I'm going to go ahead and take my dog wherever I want, and I'll print out something fake. And that's the things where, yeah, you're right. That should not be happening.
The other thing, too, is if you have an animal and you see it running around, humping the pastries, licking the bag boy, it's shitting on the fucking turkey, I don't know, maybe step up.
Well, if all that is going on, I'm definitely going to say something.
I'm just saying, if something is running lawless like that, as the owner, don't you feel uncomfortable and say, okay, it's infringing on other people. I need to maybe make an adjustment here?
This reminds me of when I was in the nail salon. I told you that story. I went in the nail salon with baby Rocco, and we go in, and there's another patron in there with a dog that's running loose, which you're not supposed to do. I found out afterwards. Mm-hmm. The dog's jumping on Rocco. The dog is pissing.
Right,
it's excited, and it's got a weak bladder, so the dog is pissing on the floor, pissed on my purse.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a secondhand purse, but it's still a nice purse. I don't want dog piss on it.
The way it should work, and there's a lot of places where health and things like that, where you have nail salons and things like that you got to have, you need sanitary conditions and things like that, where, there should not be dogs. And, I have dogs. I've always loved dogs. I think it's great when you have bars or places like that where people can specifically bring their dogs. They should be special places. It shouldn't be every place.
You should know, okay, here's where you're going.
Yeah.
Just like a dog beach, it's a dog bar.
Yeah.
Or a dog restaurant.
It's like you're running at a dog beach and a fucking German Shepherd tackles you, and the owner doesn't say sorry, or they basically say go fuck yourself.
Good boy, good boy.
A lot of animal talk here on this show.
A lot of animal talk.
Yeah.
And I love animals. I really do.
You do. You adore dogs. I love them too. I just can't touch them. I love doggies.
Mm-hmm. Question for you here from Heather in the Pizzle, Virginia. You've mentioned that Rocco's kind of a wild child, likes to explore. I'm glad to hear my son is not alone. He's going to be turning 3 in January, and he is hard to tame a lot of times. I'm an only child. I never grew up around younger kids and was never asked to babysit, so I'm at a loss when it comes to redirecting my son's attention and disciplining, especially out in public when people are watching. I grew up on spankings when I was a kid, and it didn't work well on me. I've tried being strict with certain things, and I've tried to let stuff slide, but I just feel like none of it's working. Can I get some advice that I possibly haven't thought of yet?
If he's trying to run away, which Rocco has tried to do that too, we got a baby leash. And
Yeah.
that helps with that a lot. So if he is trying to bolt, which Rocco, totally did, baby leash. If they're having temper tantrums, as I've gotten older, I probably didn't deal with it as well with Mags as I do with Rocco. I just let him have his temper tantrum. You know what? If he wants to fall out in Publix and lay on the floor
Yeah.
and get mad, I let him do it. And I continue shopping, maybe about 10 or 15 feet from him. I let him do his thing. I let him see that he's not going to get a rise out of me.
Yeah.
And then eventually he kind of gets bored with this temper tantrum.
Question. If you're out in public and Rocco is throwing a temper tantrum and it's causing a stir, people are looking over and he's fucking going ape
He
shit.
does. He does that a lot in Publix because he has a literal 20-minute expiration time.
How is it different that if a kid's running around causing all hell? How is that different than an animal?
I'm not allergic to a kid.
No, but I'm saying it's still a disrupt. I'm not saying anyone's right or wrong. I'm just saying how is that different? I mean, dogs running around, it's disrupting. If a kid's running around and disrupting, is that different? I'm only asking a question. Please don't yell
The
at me.
kid's not going to bite people usually. The kid's not going to piss on people. Like the stories that we've heard are about these animals biting, pissing.
I'm just
going
saying,
off.
But I'm saying disruption-wise, you are at that point.
Disruption is just what happens in public. Like,
All right, I'm just asking.
I think when you go in public, you have to accept the fact that people and animals and everything in between possibly could get unruly.
If a kid's having a temper tantrum and it's making such a scene and it is infringing on people's peace, do you think it's the right move to maybe take the kid out of the store to try to calm him
Yes.
down or her down?
But there'll be a certain situation where you can't. Like, I'll be at the checkout, and Rocco knows I can't go anywhere. So he will start losing his shit right there in the checkout line. I've still got to pay for all these groceries. I've still got to help load them in the cart and push it. Like, but you just let it happen.
But what about the person
Yeah.
that would come down on you going, look, this fucking mother got a kid running around screaming and shit? I mean,
In
I'm
that
just trying to walk my
situation,
service dog.
I found that if you have the kid in the cart and you push them towards the doors are automatic. They'll open up. So the kid will just drift right out of the store. And then you get another cart, put up your bags, and then get the kid somewhere in the parking lot.
Well, you push him into oncoming traffic, and
Absolutely.
then that'll teach him.
Give them
Well,
something to really cry about.
Make sure you put your cart away because people who don't put their carts away are complete fucking assholes, according to social media.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's the biggest thing is trying,
You have to, too.
It's a manipulative tool that they're trying. They're
it
testing
is.
boundaries.
They totally know that you're vulnerable in public, and they know that. But what you have to get to a point of is not caring about what the people around you are saying, as long as you're being a good parent and you're doing it the right way. And I think, evolving like you have and not going to that spanking place as your first line of defense is a great thing. You don't need to hit your kid in public. You just don't.
Or Publix.
Or private. Or Publix. You can have other options, and don't let them win, and don't let other people's opinions of you matter.
Got another email here. This is from Selena, and she would prefer to do the email rather than come on and discuss her
Hey, whatever
situation.
you're comfortable with.
I'm sorry, Bina. That is her name. I got that
Bino?
wrong. Bina. Bina.
The fart medicine?
Like bean and A. It's like Bino, but Bina.
Bina.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's a feminine fart music.
It's like Tina but Bina.
She's from South Africa.
oh.
Maybe that's a South African kind of name. She said, my son is 7 years old and never met his family on his father's side.
Aw.
And that might explain why, being, South Africa. He has other kids. The father is not in his life physically. So my question is, should I try to reach out to his other older kids? His oldest son has 2 kids now, and his oldest daughter is engaged, so they are all grown up. I just want my 7-year-old to know about them and vice versa. Or should I just leave it alone and let him do it when he gets to be older? Now, I truly just want to know what to do. As a mother, I just always get emotional for him during the holidays. He has met all my family, but we live in America now, and his dad is American. My son has blood relatives here, and I feel like he should know them, but I could be wrong. Maybe he is too young. What advice do you have for me?
I would maybe reach out to them on Facebook, and don't be pushy about it, but just be like, hey, I would love for my son to know his family.
Gauge the temperature.
Gauge
See
the
how it
temperature.
is.
Say, look,
yeah.
if you guys aren't comfortable with it, that's fine. I just wanted to reach out and extend a little olive branch and see how you felt.
I don't think that's a bad idea at all, because you're right. He could grow up with loving his brothers and sisters. You don't know.
Yeah.
And if they live here in the States, whatever bad beef happened between you and your ex back in South Africa, maybe they've distanced themselves from that situation too.
Yeah.
And maybe that'll be a common bond that you guys can have.
I've always wanted that, where you knock on the door. Hey, it's Jason Pennington here. I'm your long-lost brother. Like, who the fuck are you? This is awesome. They always see that in movies and stuff.
Come at it, though, with pure of heart.
Yeah.
Don't do it like you're trying to get back at him and get to know people in his life, and you don't let the dad in his life like it's
Yeah.
a revenge thing.
I don't think it is. It sounds like it's coming from a place of love here.
You got to look within and make sure it's a place of love and not a place of, I'm friends with all your family.
Okay, there you go. So some advice there for you, Bina. Saw this story that's kind of ridiculous. There's a deaf singer on America's Got Talent. You guys hear about this? It's receiving death threats from the deaf community.
Why?
Apparently some people are insulted, saying that she's promoting a, quote, hearing activity.
Is this the girl that plays the ukulele and has a beautiful
I haven't seen it. I
voice?
just saw the story, yeah, but the deaf community's all up in arms and they're sending her death threats. It's like, that's crazy, huh?
Well, I'm not sure why they're mad, because she's doing non-deaf things, as you say?
Yeah, they say the exact quote was that she's promoting a quote-unquote hearing activity.
Do you have her name?
Betraying.
Because if it's the girl I'm thinking of, I was in tears watching her perform. I mean, it was a beautiful moment.
She's actually doing wonderful things, I think, for the deaf community, raising awareness and saying, hey, we're just like you. We're just can't hear.
I love those stories are so inspirational.
Yeah,
And it
absolutely.
makes you want to learn more about her and about how you can help. And
There was, I don't know if it was America's Got Talent or not, but I think we even played it. She was deaf, and she had taught herself, because I don't think she was born deaf. I think she got a disease and ended up losing her hearing, and she still performs and plays the ukulele, and she does an original song, and you're watching it, and you're like, oh my gosh, it's so good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe it's Ernst Simmons is her name. And yeah, it looks like she's playing like a ukulele.
If I were strong, there is no one for me to blame, 'cause I know the only thing in my way
Well, that's amazing.
wow.
is me.
That would be so weird, because if you're, we've done headphone karaoke and you can't hear your own voice, like that would be so weird to me. I mean, she's done it. I'm sure she's done enough, but like terrifying. Can you imagine that? You're like, people in the crowd are tearing up and crying.
Try watching that at 3:30 in the morning before work in the dark, still hungover. You're gonna get some tears. She does it. She feels the vibrations. That's how she does.
Unbelievable. How
I know.
you know those vibrations are right? That's, to me, it's
And it-
astounding.
And it's good.
Oh, it's amazing.
Killing it.
How does that happen? That's astounding.
She's cute.
Gosh, people get pissed off about the stupidest shit, man.
I mean,
Shouldn't we be celebrating this girl?
You should be like, it's an achievement that is astounding. Like, it amazes you.
It does.
It's
It
astounding.
amazed
She's
me.
so happy, and she's performing, and she's bringing awareness. Quite an accomplishment. The crowd is in tears. People are just giving her a standing ovation. It's everything that is completely awesome.
It's the true definition of inspiration. I'm not trying to sound like a cheese dick by any means, but you see that, and then you're complaining about your bullshit, and you're like, oh, this and that. She's deaf, and she's fucking nailing it.
Yeah, Mandy Harvey, 29-year-old from Ohio.
Mandy Harvey.
Yeah,
she's from Ohio. All right.
Maybe
There
she
we
got death threats for that reason. It's not because she's deaf. She's from Ohio.
Well, the deaf people need to slow their roll. I know they can't hear me right now, but seriously, why would you do that? That's horrible.
She says she got death threats from the deaf community when she started her post-hearing music career. She was born with near-perfect pitch, but also a condition that caused her to gradually lose her hearing.
Those people that are giving her death threats really deserve to be slapped around. That is rude.
She was a college freshman studying to become a choral director when she finally lost her hearing altogether. She sings "Music Was My Life," dropped out of school, and lost direction, but her father encouraged her to try singing again, and she used an electric tuner to learn how to stay on key without hearing herself.
Good for her.
That was followed by hundreds of shows, 3 albums, and, of course, America's Got Talent, and despite her success, she hasn't been fully embraced by the deaf community and said, I got a lot of backlash, and part of the community thought I was promoting oralism. It's pushing deaf people to conform to the hearing world through speech and lip reading rather than using sign language.
She is a girl that has a song in her heart and she wants to sing it. That's all this comes down to.
She's
a
living her
musician.
life.
She's living her dream. She's living her dream. And even when the odds were against her, she said, fuck that shit. I'm still going to do it. And
It's
she's
not an
nailing it.
agenda, it's her life.
Yeah, man. But haters going to hate.
A deaf blogger said that what happened to the singer shows the ugly side of our community.
Yeah, it does.
She says that she isn't going to let criticism or death threats stop her.
Bottom line is this: the majority of people watch that and they get inspired, whether you like the kind of music or not. You are a complete hater fuckface if you look at that and go, "Oh, that's so stupid or lame." What are you doing?
I mean, death threat. Come on. I mean, what is going on in your world if you would ever lob a death threat at somebody, especially for something like that?
I've gotten a few. I'm legit death. That one woman on the fucking Elf on the Shelf wants me dead. She wants me dead.
Yeah, but she doesn't leave her house, so you're good.
All right.
Yeah.
If I end up bloody and gone,
Oh, I'll avenge your death. Don't
Bloody
worry.
and gone. How do we know if you're bloody?
If you're gone,
there's a trail.
Very nice.
you do hurt yourself a lot, though, so there might be several trails already.
There is.
Is there cake on your ear on your hat?
Probably.
Yes.
Yeah, probably.
He's for a guy that didn't eat a bite of that carrot cake.
How are you covered in
He's
carrot cake?
I don't know.
covered in carrot cake.
I don't know.
He kept putting his headphones in it.
I feel like Virginia's throwing dollops of it on me when I'm
I
not looking.
swear, I swear, I did not put any cake on you.
He got cake on his hat.
I didn't have to.
It smells real close too.
I mean, it's going to haunt you all day long. You're like, I swear I keep smelling carrot cake. Well, you are, because you're covered in it.
I know how I am.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna make it through the day.
The honesty comes out. I'm not going to make it through the day.
He's just a man.
Just a man. All right. Thank y'all for tuning in. You guys have a great day. We'll talk to you later. Goodbye.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.